You probably know this guy. He killed 40 million people. But he also united one of the largest empires in history. But what if he didn't? How would the world change? Let's find out. And most significant empires in world history, spanning the entire Asian continent from the Pacific Ocean to modern day Hungary in Europe. Under the leadership of Genghis Khan, the Mongol Empire grew rapidly through conquest, with the Mongol armies attacking in all directions, from the Mongolian steppe and penetrating into China, Korea, Turkestan, Samarkand, and Russia. The Mongol Empire's political unification of Asia resulted in active trade. The Mongol Empire's impact on world history is significant, and its legacy can still be seen in the cultures and societies of the regions it once ruled. Genghis Khan, born as Temujin in the year 1162, was a legendary warrior ruler who founded the Mongol Empire. He was captured by one of his father's old tribes, the Tayuchud, and tortured. However, he managed to escape and spread his name around the region. From humble beginnings, he rose to become one of the history's most famous conquerors, uniting the nomadic tribes in Mongolia into a disciplined military state. Genghis Khan rose to power by uniting the Mongol tribes and defeating rival tribes in the area. He began building a large army at the age of 20, with the intention of destroying individual tribes in Northeast Asia and unifying them under his control. His success was evident, as the Mongol Empire, the world's largest empire before the British Empire, was a huge success. He was proclaimed emperor in the year 1206 and went on to conquer much of Asia and parts of Europe. Genghis Khan left behind more than 129,000 soldiers, 28,000 of which were divided among his brothers and his sons. He was utterly ruthless with his enemies, and countless innocents were slaughtered in his campaigns of terror. Despite his fearsome reputation, Genghis Khan is revered in Mongolia as the father of the Mongol nation. Without Genghis Khan's unifying leadership, the empire would cease to exist. The Mongols would remain disunited, fighting among themselves over petty issues, lacking a central authority to guide them. As neighboring empires quickly observed this fragmented state, they saw an opportunity to exploit the weaknesses of the Mongols. Without the strength and unity of an empire, these neighboring empires would have launched successful invasions, destroying the Mongols' influence and its entirety. They would most likely expand their land, capturing the Mongol tribes, leading to the short-lived reign of their territory. Without the Mongols' influence, Central Asia would just be free land for others. With the absence of a united empire, much more lives would have been spared in battle. After all, the world's greatest conqueror comes at the cost of 40 million people. Without a warrior, many innocent lives would have been saved, seeing the light of a new day. The Mongol Empire, under Genghis Khan, facilitated trade and commerce along the Silk Road and other major trade routes. The empire's stability and control over the vast territories ensured the safety of merchants and the smooth travel of goods. Without a united empire, trade routes would have been more vulnerable to banditry and disruptions, making long-distance trade more risky and less profitable. With Genghis Khan, the empire invested in infrastructure development, including the construction of roads, bridges, and postal relay stations. These improvements facilitated trade and communication across vast distances. Without these decisions, the empire would begin to quickly crumble due to the lack of resources. Without a united Mongol Empire, China would have been spared the devastation that the Mongols inflicted upon it. The Mongols' conquest of China was brutal, with considerable damage to the territories and great loss of life. However, the Mongols' influence on China was not all negative. The Mongols always favored trade, recognizing its importance from the earliest times. Without a united Mongol Empire, China would have missed out on these economic benefits and cultural exchanges. Without this unification, China would have remained fragmented, potentially hindering its growth. Had you not united the empire, the list of alternative empires could have went on for some time. Some of the most likely are Batu Khan. He was the grandson of Genghis Khan and won battles from China all the way to Persia. He was a skilled military commander and operative. Another very likely leader would be Odegi Khan. Being the third son of Gengis, he succeeded in the year 1229 to expand his father's empire, inheriting his throne. Though not friendly, the Mongol Empire did have some alliances in its time, most notably the Franco-Mongol Alliance and the Byzantine-Mongol Alliance. These allowed the Mongols to ensure their safety and furthermore expand their land. If Genghis Khan had never united the Mongol Empire, the consequences would have been far-reaching. Without the Mongol Empire, there would have been no force strong enough to resist invasions, leading to even more casualties and suffering. The impact on human lives would have been significant, as the absence of a united Mongol Empire meant that conflicts and conquests continued unabated, resulting in a higher toll of casualties and suffering. The Mongol Empire's influence on world history would have been diminished, and the regions it once ruled would have developed differently. Check out some of our other videos on how a country gained independence in 2011. See you in the next one.